So we're getting ready to haul this beauty out right now, well 72 or 74 feet, depends on how you measure it. But we're pulling it out for annual / routine maintenance and a whole bunch of other things that are on the list that need to be done, and some of it's got to be out of the water to do it. The owners are out of town until March, so this is an opportune time to get this thing out of the water, get it up on the shore, and do all our checks. We need to inspect everything and repair, fix, and replace as needed. We're going to check the running gear, replace anything we find on that. We are going to be putting in all new underwater lights. We are going to be replacing some through hulls that don't close anymore, and anything else I find on the bottom that needs repair, and anything else on the boat. We also have gel coat repairs that need done. We have a generator that needs to be fixed, and on top of all that, we're going to sand it and do a bottom job.
It's a beauty, 74-foot Marquis. We'll be starting work here in the next couple days. The yard seems a little bit empty today, but we're sure gonna fill it up with this 74.
All right guys, let's go through this list for all the work we've got to do on this. Let's get the shore power hooked up, the cable's on the way. He's also bringing the roll of blue stuff, put that down on the back deck as needed. Is it still leaking?
On the inside. The middle's not leaking, the starboard's not leaking, the port is under the stairs.
All right, well, we'll work on that. So the first thing, let's get these batteries charged back up and let's get the shore power going. Like you said, you already shut off everything that we don't need? Okay. I already took a preliminary look at the running gear. It all looks really good to me, but it doesn't hurt to have another set of eyes on it. Those need to come out, the new ones need to get put in. I need to find out if the dinghy motor needs service, inspect the stern and bow thrusters, need to check the life raft to see if it's out of certification or whether it's good. We might be sending that up to get certified. Check all the flares, survival equipment, make sure it's up to date, and the fire bottle. Check to make sure whether it's expired or what. Generators both need serviced, so we need to, I believe there's generator kits, spares kits on board.
They're in the white boxes, you put them on about.
Yep, so we can use those parts and then we can replenish what we use. So it should be just oil change, filters, water pump, that kind of thing.
We changed them out, both of them, only about 50 or 60 hours ago.
Yeah, well then we'll just call that good. When we pull those shutoff valves off, let's make sure we take a good look at the through hulls to see what condition they're in. Tom's going to be working on all these banged up gel coat repairs. Underwater lights, start yanking them. They're all coming out. We're getting 2 of the Typhoons, which are the through hulls on the side. We're getting 4 flush mount round ones for the back, so we'll have to have Tom fill some holes because those are the oblong ones. And we're also getting a controller because all of them will be controlled off, it's called a Poco 3. It's just a digital controller. So all those will be get wired in and hooked up to that controller.
The starboard one, the light is mounted up against the power steering pump, and
Pull it out through
the front?
Yeah, are we replacing the fittings?
No, the whole thing coming out.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we can just pull it.
Yep. These deck leaks, we'll have to figure out what happens with those with the boat sitting here. I don't know what to think about that yet. The barbecue grill up there, I want that fully cleaned and looking brand new. There's a liner in the grill. I need to order a new one of those. All the hardware on the trim tabs, where the hinge points are for the actuator, they need to be changed because they're showing signs of heavy corrosion. Zincs will all be replaced. The swim platform, we need to get that fixed. TJ already started troubleshooting that, but let's press on with that. We'll probably end up dropping that and clean and service that whole thing. The reefer in the galley, let's start looking at that and figure out why that's not working right. If we get all that done, it'll be a freaking miracle. So the shroud there, inspect the bow thruster and stern thruster. Look for any gel coat repairs. All this from the anchor banging. He pulled the anchor in upside down. All that needs to be fixed. See above and below. Let's go down here. You're gonna look at the bow thruster and stern thrusters. Yep, all new zincs. Yeah, we'll do this one too. Yeah, he's got halos around a bunch of them. We gotta check the bonding system.
Take care of those.
Yeah, Yeah, bring them down a little bit. So all the gel coat repairs back here, let's get those done. This side's really banged up bad. Yeah. So all the way back, all the way, you can see all the way up here. Check that crack right there. It's either exhaust for the generator or a drain. I think that's a generator exhaust. We are going to replace these bolts because you see the see how corroded they are? Yeah. Because some of them probably have to cut these off.
I got cut off wheel with it.
Yeah. All these can come off, and we're probably going to have you fill these holes because we're putting round ones in. All right. Yeah. So these are coming off, the 4 in the back, and then the 2 on the sides are coming off.
Divers, drain.
Yep. Don't forget these teardrop zincs. We need these.
Like I said about 4 weeks ago when we were down installing the trolling motor, the divers were saying how great the bottom of this boat looks. So I was out here taking a look at it. Tom is sanding just on the other side of me. So I'm out here today. I wanted to see how the bottom of the boat looks now that it's been pressure washed, just to get an idea how it all looks. And I was talking with Tom out here, and he pointed out, look at all the damage from the anchor. A lot of fiberglass is showing. We're going to have to address that. You can see underneath it. But ultimately, the bottom looks very good. We put on that Sony haul a couple months ago. I think Matt might talk about it, so I don't want to steal his thunder, but we put on that Sony haul a couple months ago, and you can see that it's very clean. Hi, what are you working on?
Removing lights.
Removing lights. We got lots of them, it looks like. Well, Chris just did a wonderful job removing this underwater light. But 5,200, look at the damage that it did. It took the fiberglass with it.
Shenanigans? What are shenanigans? You're not having fun at work, are you even trying?
So Chris is getting prepared to install a new underwater light. So this is what we took out of the boat. This is the part of the lights. Making my way over here to see what Tom's up to. He's doing some gel coat repairs all over the boat. Looks like he's sanding some of the repairs that he did yesterday, but you can see here some of the rough edges that we need to make look much nicer. So Dave, what are you working on over here?
Doing service on the outboard for the tender.
Oh, okay.
Start with the gear oil, water pump. Check the prop, grease the prop shaft up, check the fishing line. That's on lower, and then up top we're doing oil filter, spark plugs, thermostat, fuel filters.
Ah, cool.
Doing the 100-hour service on the outboard on the tender. Gear oil, checking the prop shaft, fishing line, greasing that up. Water pump, housing, and then on the top, spark plugs, oil filter, and oil, fuel filters, thermostat, and get this guy going. It's exactly 100 hours on the service, so brand new motor kind of.
Oh wow, brand new, huh?
A little salt there, rust, but we took care of that.
Okay, good. You can see up there, Tom started his repair on the anchor damage. Had to put in some new fiberglass, so we'll be gel coating that here pretty soon too. Can anybody guess what this is right here? Well, let me tell you. When we haul boats out, many times we recommend putting an air conditioner inside the boat that's running so that the boat doesn't get filled up with moisture. It just helps control the mold, especially if the boat is on the hard for a long time. Looks like we got the repair started for where the old underwater lights were. So pretty soon the guys can start drilling their hose. Pretty soon the guys can start drilling their holes to be able to install the new lights. Let me see, there might be one right here. Oh, no, we still have a hole.
5 more to go. So right now, just dry fitting, just to make sure that everything fits right. And then once we get all of them dry fitted, seal all the holes, seal behind them, and one by one screw them down until they're good and seated. Original wires were all spliced in together in the line. So what I did, instead of splicing them all together and having a bunch of different points of failure, it's actually right about here. 3 distribution blocks, 1 for power, 1 for ground, and 1 for the orange. It's PLA, but the actual control that comes from the controller and everything up there. So if at any point any of the lights do go bad and we got to change them out or whatever, just unscrew them from the terminal and it's good to go.
What are you guys working on?
Coupling on Clarabelle.
Oh.
It's really tight.
Oh.
So we're cleaning everything up as best we can. Maybe taking off just a couple thousandths. And then we'll see if we can get it to fit back on there.
What's this do for you?
This is the keyway for that. And I'm just making sure that it's all perfectly smooth, cleaned up good, so hopefully we can get a little bit easier to put this on.
Well, it looks like Chris got all the underwater lights dry fit installed. So we'll be testing to make sure and see if they're working. Oh, he's arriving. Whoa, we got lights.
So I got it hooked up to my phone right now.
Cool. Nice.
So many different programs you can do, color changes, all of this stuff in intensity.
Yeah.
However, on a simple phone like this, the defaults are just kind of on
Okay.
and off.
Nice.
But right now, I'm actually hooking it up to his Marine GS3, the Lighthouse software up there.
Uh-huh.
Once I get that connected, we should be able to actually go in and set up defaults to say like, I'm fishing, right? It'll just be labeled a button that says fishing. So these will turn on to whatever color he wants to use, whatever intensity, all that good stuff. Or leisure, you know? Maybe Christmas, and it's all red. Whatever he wants to do, we'll get it all set up. But
Cool.
we are connected and working.
Working. Nice.
I don't know.
Oh, there's blue. Does it have like 2,000 colors or something that you can do?
It's supposed to be the entire spectrum of colors.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, did it come? I guess that one did come blue.
Oh, wait. Wait, one's blue and then you have white.
Yeah, this is why we need to come up with the programming.
Okay. So when I was out here with Chris yesterday, when we were installing these underwater lights, I had told him to let's dry fit everything, test the lights before we 5200. I might have got on video or I might not have, but guess what? Today, when he was turning them on, I was standing back, I was doing some video to show you guys, and I discovered that one of the lights puts out a different pattern. And what makes it different is that underneath here, this label is different than this one right here because it doesn't say spectrum, which means that the light was being put out at a different rate or different level or something. But even you can see they are just barely different. And so anyways, I saved us a ton of work not having to pry it now off the boat if it was 5200. These right here that I'm showing you are still just dry fit for us to do our test run. Phew, man, glad I listened to myself. Looks like Tom is putting on a fresh coat of bottom paint. We got our first coat on. We put some new screws in. We got new screws on this side too. I'm out here taking a look at the boat because we are hoping to splash it in just a couple days. We got our first coat of paint on and it is looking like a new boat again. Compound and wax guys are going to be coming here next week to finish up their portion of the job as well.